Bankroll Freddie, a rapper from Little Rock, has been found guilty on a multitude of federal charges. I actually made a video about this case back in 2022 when Bankroll Freddie was first arrested. Back in November 2022, Bankroll Freddie was arrested along with almost 50 other people after an investigation, a lengthy one, by the Department of Justice. Now, the investigation focused on two main gangs, the Everybody Killers, EBK, and the Lodi. At the time of the arrest, federal investigators said that these gangs conspired together voluntarily and intentionally to distribute cocaine, crack cocaine, meth, and marijuana. Now, Freddie Gladney III, who we all know as Bankroll Freddie, was one of the people that was arrested along with his father, Freddie Jr. Now, federal authorities say that they discovered that the gangs were funding their operations through large scale marijuana sales. Now, here's the thing about it. They say that marijuana is, I don't know, whatever. Let's make marijuana legal or make it where you can purchase marijuana with a license, but you can't do it on your own because that takes away from our profits. So we're still going to charge those crimes. And of course, it's still a federal crime anyway. So that's where all of that comes from. But at the time of all these arrests, Freddie was facing a multitude of weapons and drug charges. Now, I said that he was convicted on several charges. Now, there were some that he wasn't actually convicted on. The ones that Freddie Gladney III was convicted on are marijuana possession and distribution of a controlled substance, firearm possession and furtherance of a drug trafficking, and using a communications facility for drug trafficking crimes. Now, to be quite honest, I'm not sure how much federal time that Freddie Gladney is facing. He was facing 40 years in federal prison if he had been convicted on all charges, but he wasn't convicted on all charges. He was actually only convicted on about half of the charges. As with all cases in federal court, he will be sentenced at a later date.
Yesterday in Arkansas, the U.S. Department of Justice arrested 45 people connected to 80 indictments. Most of those indictments were connected to EBK, the Everybody Killers, and Lodi murder mob, two gangs in Arkansas. As a part of those arrests, Freddie Gladney III, also known as Bankroll Freddie, was arrested along with his father, Freddie Gladney Jr. Bankroll Freddie is a rapper from Arkansas. He was arrested on multiple charges, including the possession of cocaine and marijuana, along with several firearms charges related to both the possession of firearms and the acquisition of firearms. Many EBK members were arrested for conspiring to distribute cocaine, crack cocaine, meth, and marijuana. There were 16 federal charges related to Freddie Gladney Jr. and Freddie Gladney III. This is not the first issue that Bankroll Freddie has had. In 2021, he was shot. April 17th of 2022, he was arrested on drugs and weapons charges after a traffic stop. He was found with 21 pounds of marijuana and 171 grams of promethazine at that time. Those charges are still pending. When he's not in trouble, Bankroll Freddie is a resident of Little Rock. He is also a father of 5 children. Currently, Bankroll Freddie is being held at the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office, where he is being held on a martial warrant. If you want to read the federal indictment, it is available online. I thought about sharing it, but there are so many pages because there are so many different charges and related to so many different people involved in the indictment itself. I will update as more information becomes available. There were 80 indictments. I think there were 45 arrests. Something like 8 people were already incarcerated, and the other arrests are still in the process of happening.